Okay, check this out.
1 and 2 and 3.
I'm going to show you exactly how to play this. Now, the really important thing here for this lesson is that you do exactly what I say, because that is why everybody is going wrong. You don't understand how important it is to be granular with what you do. So I'm going to use this one little bluesy lick as a vehicle to show you why you might not be sounding that great on sax. So if you do exactly what I say, and I mean exactly what I say, we're going to get you sounding super wicked. So let's break this whole thing down. Now, I'm in the key of D minor for tenor. So I've got a little lick, and today I'm going very, very low, low tech. There it is, written out by hand. Here is the phrase. Now, the first thing to remember is that it doesn't start on beat 1. You go 1, 2, rest. Boo-doo-doo-doo-da, dee-dee-dee-doo-doo. Okay, you can see that there. So this is what it sounds like. A 1, 2. Now, quite often when you see a piece of music, that's all you're going to get. But I'm going to show you all the layers and the difference it's going to make when you do exactly what I say. So first of all, let's up the game a little bit and add in some of the phrasing that you might see on your community band charts or your big band charts, or in your soul band or something like that. So this is what you might call level 1. Now what we're going to do, we're going to phrase exactly what you can see there. So So that was me doing the exact phrasing that you can see there. I tongued the D, and then I tongued the F, slurred down to the next D. I did a little scoop into the A, I tongued the C. I tongued the A flat with a little scoop, slurred down, tongued the D, tongued the C, and slurred into the final D. Now already, that is a massive upgrade on the way that you might be playing it. So let's just hear it like that, and then we're going to add the magic sauce.
1 and 2 and 3.
Okay, so far so good. Now, here's the bit that most people then don't go into, all right? And this is where I'm going to really break this down in detail for you. So I've added in all the magic sauce, the sort of the extra phrasing stuff, which is the difference between what you might be doing and what a pro would do and what you might hear on your favorite recordings. So I'm going to do this very slowly and just follow exactly what I say. Now, if you're playing an alto, you can play exactly the notes that you see there. They're just going to sound a fourth away, okay? They're just going to sound a fourth away. But it's the phrasing that we're interested in. So first of all, the first note, you're going to play a D, and you're just going to tongue that D. Now, even that one little statement, you're going to tongue that D, your tonguing might be all over the place. So the very first thing to check is that when you tongue that D, and we're going to play it for the full length of that quaver, 8th note, I want you to make sure that there's no deviation in pitch, timbre, or volume when you hit that D. So it's just on, off. Okay, we don't want to hear anything like that, okay? That is the first step that so many people already fall down on. So, a straight D, tongued, no guff. And you got to put some air through the horn. And you need a little bit of attack to make that articulation really crispy. Ta. So you're actually, if I get my giant demo mouthpiece, let me just get rid of this just for a second. Your tongue is on the reed and you already built up air pressure, and then you pull it off, okay? And that gives you the ta, ta, and you're just using, just behind the tip of your tongue, on just behind the tip of the reed. You're sealing the reed against the mouthpiece tip. Breath pressure is already there. Lots of air. Ta. And you keep the rest of your tongue still, all right? Now, if you think, what, is this whole lesson going to be playing one note? This is why most people sound bad, because they're not doing the basics. So first of all, you're just going to tongue that D. So try it with me. Now, if it doesn't sound like that, there's a lot of stuff you need to work on in the background. So if you're going, or anything like that, you need to work on getting a nice clean note, okay? That's before you even leave the airport. Right, the next note is the F, and you're going to tongue the F, okay? So let's just get there first. Now those two notes are gonna join up with each other because there's a line above the D. Now the line is called tenuto, that means play the note for the full length. So the D is going to join up into the F. Now one thing I haven't mentioned so far is that this is a shuffle swing rhythm. So the eighth notes are gonna swing. We're gonna go ti 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 ti. Now that's not always true in jazz, but it's true for this particular shuffle. The same phrasing applies if you're playing something straight in funk. You could go do 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 da da dee dee dee. You could do the eighth notes straight. Same deal, all right? Now then, the fun starts on the third note. We go back to the D, but this is called a half-tongued note. Muffle. Some people call it doodle tonguing, doodin tonguing, muffle tonguing, whatever. And there's two different ways of doing it. The first thing you could do is, probably the easiest way, is instead of tonguing the whole reed, you just tongue one corner of the reed, close one corner of the reed down, and keep it closed for the duration of the note. This is the big difference between half tonguing and any other tonguing. For half tonguing, your tongue stays on the reed for the note. That means when you finish your half tongued note, you have to pull your tongue off the reed. And that has the effect of, you know, like it's like a sort of de facto articulation of the note following the note that you're half tonguing, right? So one way, close off one corner of the reed. That means only half the reed is vibrating and you keep it on there for the D, then you pull it off for the next note. The other method is that you get your full tongue and you rest it on the reed lightly so that it muffles the vibration of the reed, but not enough to stop it vibrating. Now, this is quite subtle, so it's quite difficult to get. So two different ways of half-tonguing. You can go and see my half-tonguing video. So your tongue is going to be on the reed for the D. Then, when we get to the A, you're going to pull your tongue off. Now, in the little nomenclature I've got there, the HT means half-tongue. RT, written underneath the note, means that you pull your tongue off the reed. You release your tongue. Release tongue, RT. So here we go. Now, there's a twist in the tail. There's always a twist in the tail. But the twist in this tail is that because the A has got a scoop into it, on this example, I don't want you to do anything with your throat. I want you to finger a G sharp going to an A as quick as you can. I want you to start on a G sharp and then go to the A, but get rid of that G sharp as quick as you can. Okay? Not quick. Your fingers are going to fly off the keys like they've just had an electric shock. Bah! Okay? Now that coincides with you pulling your tongue away to release your tongue. So here's the first four notes. So your tongue is on the reed for the D, and that muffles it. Now, this has the effect of giving your lines light and shade. Some notes will come out louder, some notes will be a little bit more subdued. And the important thing about half tongue is you keep blowing through it, all right? You don't blow quieter, you keep blowing through it. So, here's the first four notes. And remember, you've got that swing rhythm, but all the notes are connected. You're not going, right? Otherwise, you'll be galloping and it'll sound bad. Let's play the first four notes with the backing track, and then we'll move forward.
1 and 2 and 3, 4.
There you go. Now, hopefully you're doing this very slowly with me. Don't try and rewrite the script. Don't try and do it your own way. Do exactly what I say. Now, I know there's a lot of detail in here, but this is what's going to make you sound wicked. Remember, you're watching Get Your Sax Together. I'm pro saxophonist Jamie Hansen, and there's no guff. This is solid juice, which is really, really going to help your playing. Okay. The next note is a top C, and we tongue that top C. You can see the T written underneath the note. This is the system I use in my Phrase Like a Pro course. It's so important. I really want to help you guys sound really good. So, now that wiggle above the note just means that you're going to do vibrato on the note, okay? And go and see my vibrato video if you want to find out more about that. But so far, none of the notes have had vibrato. The C has vibrato. Got it? It's that rich, full vibrato. Now, if your vibrato sounds like, you need to watch my videos because you're not doing vibrato right. Okay, here's the first little bit with the backing track.
1 and 2 and 3.
So far, so good. Lots of air. And we are playing with lots of groove. We are locked into that groove. So, groove, articulation, vibrato, loads of air. You know, relax your jaw. Just let that saxophone really sing. Don't choke the sound. Tell I'm pretty passionate about this stuff, right? Okay, let's move on. So the next thing that's going to happen is this triplet that goes down. Now, we've got a little Scoopy McScoopston into the A flat. We're going to tongue that and then just move our fingers for the G and the F. We don't tongue until we get to the next D. So, now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of dropping my larynx, my throat, my voicing, and then bringing it back up to get to the A flat. So here's a straight A flat. And here's a little scoop into it. It's not much. See how you get the bluesiness when you go blah, blah. It gives it that kind of wail. It gives it that bluesy feeling that really moves people when you play. So, join that up with the backing track.
1 and 2 and 3.
All right? I'm going to do it in slow-mo for you. And I want you to do it in slow-mo. All right, that's what you do. And there are no gaps in what I've played so far. There's no fresh air. There's no fresh air in this whole phrase. Once you tongue that first note and then you stop blowing at the end of the last note, there is no fresh air. There's no holes. All right. We've got three more. We've got three more notes. So we're going to tongue the D, just like we did the first note. We're going to half tongue the C, just like we did with that third note, D. Then you're going to pull your tongue off, release your tongue, RT, for the final D, and we're going to give it some nice vibrato in that final D to really kind of warm it up, all right? Now, sometimes one of the problems that makes half tonguing so hard is that you have to release your tongue and move your fingers at the same time. So you're half tonguing the C, and as you put your fingers down for the D, da, da, you're going da, da. I actually think that the syllable, like people often use duden, like ends for the half tongue note. This is going to be tricky for a lot of people from around the world, but in the UK, you know, we've got the. And I think that kind of tongue in front of your mouth it just feels like a more muffly accurate syllable to use. So I like to go do did they da 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 da. That's how I like to do it. It just feels more like what's going in my mouth. Let me now slow this bad boy down, then we'll start working it up, okay?
1 and 2 and 3.
Right? Now you might need to do it even slower than that. If you need to do it slower than that, do it slower than that. No problem. I'm just going to run this backing track once so that you can play it without me.
1 and 2 and 3, 4.
Okay, to give you an instant little backing track to practice. That was 60%. Let's take it up to 75%. By the way, this backing track is from my improvisation mastery course, in case you wanted to know.
1 and 2 and 3.
Your turn. Do that. Okay, you got it. Right, I tell you what, let's just go the whole hog now. 100% speed, okay?
1 and 2 and 3.
Right, you keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4. Chorus 2.
There you go. So, the whole point of this lesson is to show you that it's the intricacies, the details of where you tongue, where you don't tongue, when you half tongue, when you do the vibrato, how you do the scoops, grace notes, where you slur, you know, blowing with a nice big fat sound, having clean, transparent articulation, playing really slotted into the groove. These are the things which are going to make you sound good. Take it from me. These are the things, once I manage to get untangled from my headphones, which I can't, never mind. These are the things which are really going to make you sound good on saxophone. So you might see that lick written in a book, might be in a transcription. Somebody might even teach you the notes and say, hey, this is a blues scale. But it's the way you play it which brings out the magic. So a couple of things that I would like you to do, quite aside from the music side of things. First of all, hit the subscribe button. It's actually down there. I would really appreciate that to help me reach more people. Second of all, I've got a free gift for you. It's called my Saxophone Success Masterclass, full of expert advice to help you instantly become a better saxophonist. You can see the link there, or just click the link in the description. That's yours for free. Help yourself. You just need to fill in your email and job's a good one. Now, if you want breakdowns like this all the time on some of the world's most iconic solos, plus bonus videos where I teach you a lot more besides, you, my fine friend, need to be inside my Inner Circle membership. It's an online membership. There's loads of people in there just like you who are super keen about playing saxophone and improving. There's loads of great practice tips. There's you can follow me around backstage. Some of the gigs, like this incognito gig I just did, there's footage from the stage with my iPad, and you can read along and play along like you're in the band from the stage. It's super cool, believe me. And there's an awesome community where everybody is just, you know, raving and geeking out about saxophone. It's a happy place to be. There's a free 7-day trial, so you can see the link there. Click the link in the description. I'd love to see you inside. What you got to lose? It's like less than a cup of coffee a day or something. It's insane. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that this really detailed lesson is going to teach you a lot about how to sound good. Just play exactly the same thing. If you play alto or bari or any other sax, it might come out a fourth away, but you know, it's the phrasing. It's all about the phrasing, guys. So until next week, make sure that you practice hard, practice smart, and this is how you practice smart. and enjoy your music. Take it easy. That was so awkward. Not being able to get the headphones off. Have to be an outtake, that one.